Good morning, welcome back to Marshall Remodel. My name is Paul. This is the Mad County Build Series, and I don't know, for those of you guys who have been following along, you know last year we had a whole bunch of snow coming off of these roofs. It hasn't done anything as far as damage my gutters, and I didn't put any kind of snow breakers or snow stops on the roof just because I didn't like them and I wanted to see kind of what would happen. But since then, we've added some air conditioning units, condensers on the back side of the house, which I need to protect. And actually, while I was filming last winter, a huge amount of snow came off and piled up right on the sidewalk while I was out there. And my concern is if the kids were walking along there and for some reason that snow would come off and there'd be a bunch of ice in there, that it could hurt them really badly. So I've decided to do some snow stops on the roof of my house and my garage. This is something you have to deal with when you have metal roofs. It's just, there is no way around it. I do not want to put anything on my roof. I've contemplated all different kinds of solutions. The snow breakers, which are clear, but the problem with those is they just break it up. It still comes off and piles up in front of your garage doors, or, you know, could still substantially hurt you if you had a decent amount of snow on your roof or ice. So I've decided to do the stops. These are a universal snow stop. The steel I have on my building is premium pro rib through Midwest Manufacturing, and this is also where I got my snow stops for. So let's go ahead, get them installed. I just really like the clean look of the roof. You can see I set one up there, which it doesn't look bad. I got it color matched to the house. They come in 10-foot sections. You can see they sit up there on the ribs. I'll give you a closer look. Here they are right here. So they don't look bad. You can get them color matched to the color of the roof so that kind of hides them a little bit. You put the flat side up, and the screw goes through the top and bottom through the rib of the steel. And I think one course is going to be enough for me, and if I need to add another, then I will do so. But this is what they look like once they're up there. Obviously I got to run screws through, but I was just seeing what it looked like before I went ahead with this. All right, we've got two on. We're working on our third one. The way I go about doing this is I'll just set the next one, overlap it on a seam. I won't screw it, but this will hold this in place. Then we'll go down here. Since this is going to be an overlap, that's going to get a screw through too. So I'm going to come back one, and I'm going to put a screw through where it's going to go. So that straightens this whole side. Then I can come through and put a little dab of silicone under each spot where a screw is going to go through. And then when I suck this down, it seals that penetration there. There's a rubber washer on the top, but in between the two pieces, the roof steel and this, there'd be nothing. So we're going to go ahead and put a little dab of silicone there. Once I get the whole line done, I'll come back and screw the bottom. So we're just going to come through with some silicone, and underneath each spot where there's going to be a screw, put a little dab of silicone. So it's a lot easier without the camera, so I'm going to put it down. See, a little bit of silicone pops out, so I know I got it really sealed. All right, guys, so a couple things to talk about. We got this side done here. If you can see, we have a screw through every rib on the top side. And that screw is 1.5 inches. It goes through the rib and into a purlin. And so you have your fascia board along the edge. These overhangs are put in using roof jacks. So this purlin is a straight line all the way across, where once you get up higher, these purlins are overlapped. Every third truss, they overlap. I chose to put it 2 feet up. On the bottom side, they do recommend having a screw through every rib on the bottom side as well. However, I only went every third and then just made sure that on the overlaps there was a screw. These are really, really sturdy. I don't want to put a screw through any rib I don't have to. I feel that this will be good enough. If not, that's my problem. But I just wanted to tell you how I was doing it and why I chose to do it that way. So you can see, I got one here, skip 2, one there, skip 2, and then there is an overlap there. All right, guys, so I'm really happy with the way these turned out. I did not want to put them on here, period. But I came to the conclusion that I needed them, and they actually have a really clean look. It doesn't bother me at all, which I'm super excited about that. They were really easily installed. It took me, without filming, I could have done this side in 40 minutes pretty easily. So this is 56 foot long, so if you can, kind of figure out how long it would take you. I just did it with a ladder. I didn't have any lifts or anything like that. Obviously, you have to evaluate all that on your own for safety concerns. I'm comfortable being up here. One thing to consider, if you have a bunch of trees around your building or your house where leaves or pine needles or anything like that can be deposited on your roof, you may have a problem with them piling up here with this style of bar. So that's just something to consider. I don't have that issue here, so I'm not worried about it. I will say that Midwest Manufacturing has a chart on how often, these should be placed on your roof. I just went with 1 row, and then I'm gonna kind of see what happens this winter, and I'll determine if I need more. I think 1 row for me is gonna do what I want it to do. So that's why I left this roof for 2 years without anything on it, because I wanted to see what the snow and ice did on this metal roof. I was a little concerned that I'd lose my money in my gutters, but last winter we had large amounts of snow and ice, and I have 6-inch gutters, so they stick out and catch all of that snow, and I had no damage. However, the reason I chose to do this is because I'm still getting snow piled up in front of my garage doors. I don't want to have to deal with that in the morning before I leave or before we take the kids to school, and it's a safety issue. Plus, I wanted to protect my condensers on the back side of the house. So this was the good solution for me. Hopefully that helps you guys. That's going to be a wrap for this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. We'll do our best to answer them. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next video.